Hello everyone. Sorry for a little bit of a delay. I was watching something and I actually lost the track of time. So that's our first live session. Let's see. For now, I'm afraid I'm alone here, but because of the fact that wait, let's make it like this. But because I think that somebody will watch it later on YouTube, gonna do what we are planning to. If there is somebody out there watching, please tell me in the chat if the volume is okay, if the video is okay, if everything is fine, basically. Because there is no way for me to check it out at the moment. So, we welcome our apostle of compound bows. Welcome, Solaris. It's fine, great to hear. Okay, so plan for today. The plan is for me to prepare 2 sets of arrows. I technically could do it on my own, but I thought, okay, if I'm doing it, why not to share that extremely interesting experience with you guys. So 2 sets of arrows, although they're going to be very, very similar one to each other. I'm going to show you what do I mean by that. We have set number 1 and we have arrow number 2. As you can see, they are the same length. They are also the same model and spine. So why I'm gonna prepare them differently? The reason for that is very simple. There are tiny details at the moment in those arrows. First goes about fletching. Those veins are very, very old type, which I used at the beginning. I think they are XS wings, if I remember correctly. That's the first difference, because here you can see Gaspro veins. Now, that's detail. What's going to be the major difference is here. As you can see here, we have steel bulge points, large ones. And here we have tungstens, wolfram. The weight is the same. They are both 120 grains, but the size is different due to the material and so on, so on. And now, I will make tests as soon as the weather will allow me to check out which points I prefer. There is like 80, maybe 90% chance I'm gonna pick the tungsten ones, but I still want to check out those as well. Why? The reason is very simple. Price. Tungstens are very expensive. So both of those sets are kind of old. They're almost 2 years old from my beginnings. Believe me or not, but those very thin arrows I used even for 3D. which was not the best idea ever. But yeah, you know, you live and you learn. Now I'm gonna use those arrows for 50-meter track competitions. So plan for today is to strip both sets of okay, let's correct the cameras. Strip both sets of veins. Put new. Where is it? Okay. Ah, here it is. New wrapping around them. Before you're gonna ask, I'm gonna tell you. The new wraps are gonna be like this. See, the pretty ones with a nice graphics, my name, surname, and of course the flag. Made by Arrow Socks from UK. Thanks for that, guys. My field set has a different wrapping, and the which one I'm using most commonly is that. There are from Socks from Netherlands. Which I'm gonna use for like permanent, I have no idea at the moment. I wanted to check those because I used Socks for several months already. I used them during the European Championships and so on. I like them, but I want to check other options which are out there. Because I like to try new things. So we're gonna strip both sets of the veins. I'm gonna clean them up. We're gonna put the wrapping. Also, the set with the large points with the bulge have old knocks, which I need to change. They're gonna be switched to the baiters, like this one. Although this set will be with the red ones, I'm gonna put the green ones on the second one to make it easier when it's in a quiver for me to find the arrow which I want for tests, either with small point or with the large one. And of course, in the end, we're gonna put a new veins for both sets. Fun fact is that they're gonna be the same model as here, but they're gonna be in a different color, because as you all probably know, everything that I use is in green. So yeah. Hello to new viewers. I see you on my screen. There's somebody out there. If you came here, sorry, say hello in the chat. So that's a plan for today. So the wraps are, I'm gonna wait a moment. So we're gonna start with clearing the veins, which I hope gonna go quite smoothly. There are two full sets. My coach, why? The question is why I'm doing so much effort, why I'm gonna be changing the old whole set and so on, and what's the point in that whole story. There are several reasons. First of all, I don't want to have two different sets of arrows, very similar ones, because it makes no sense. Because we all know that even small change in the setup will affect our results, and so on and so on. So I want to have them equal. That's the first thing. Now, why I am stripping of old veins, especially that set where the veins are gonna be different only because of the color, because I want to have them equal, the same. I like to have it, you know, everything is matching. Very simple reason. Hello, Zuzi. Guys, say hello to my lovely fiance. Z, she just said hi in the chat. Send her much love. She's the one who has to live with me every day and survive me talking about archery every single moment of the day. Me going to tournaments all across the country and all across Europe every day. So she's the saint. Okay. So, even more interesting thing is that after those tests, most probably, I will make one more change in the arrows. I made some preliminary tests, I would say, them last Thursday during the training session. I wish I would be a master of archery, but thank you for the kind words. So most probably those arrows will be cut a little bit, not by much, about an inch, maybe a little less. But because they are a little bit too long, they've been set up like this long time ago, because back then we thought that this is going to be a proper length for me based on the length of my arms, and I've just realized that I took a wrong nocks. So guys, give me just 1 second and I will be back. And I'm back. No, that's not going to be a field set. That's going to be for 50-meter track competitions. My field set is ready, I would say, more or less. And by the way, if they would be field, to be completely honest, it does not matter if they are field or 50 meters or whatever. They don't have to be the same color. They need to be identical. That's true, but not at the same time. What I mean by that means that when you shoot 3 arrows, let's say, in the field competition, all 3 arrows must be the same. But it doesn't mean that you need to have all the arrows in your quiver the same. So So that's an important thing to remember. I want to have them. I want them to be the same. Why? Because that's me. As simple as that. So yeah. So after those tests, when I'm gonna pick which point I would like to have, which I'm gonna choose, either the bulge ones or the tungstens. I will all order them, and I'm gonna give them to my local retailer, who has also a nice workshop, and he's gonna cut them and the same length, and glue in the new sets of points, the final ones. So yeah. Okay. By the way, guys, stupid question. Am I the only one out there who really likes preparing the arrows? I really like. I used to hate it, but with time, I started to really, really like it. I don't know. It's something soothing in that activity. You're cleaning the shaft first, then you're putting the wrap, you're putting the veins. It's like putting everything in order, basically. At least that's how I feel about that. Am I the only out there with such attitude, approach? By the way, I need to check every knock, because some of them are still not damaged, or at least not damaged by a lot, and I'm gonna give them to my coach, so he will be able to use those for the kids in the club, to use them, because as we all know, archery is not the cheapest of the hobbies or the sports, and especially those young ones sometimes they struggle with the costs. So whenever I can, give to the club something that I don't need anymore, either old arrows or even nocks like here, I'm just gonna do it, because why not? I don't need it, I'm not gonna use it. Selling it basically makes no sense. By the way, YouTube says that my upload is a little bit low. Let me look into it at the moment. Okay. Okay. Now it should be okay. Or at least I hope so. Next, this one is, yeah, damage. I still see new people coming in, so whenever you come here to the chat, there's one rule and one rule only. Whenever you come here, you say hello in the chat. Otherwise, my minions will hunt you down. So, yeah. By the way, anyone out there has a better idea how to strip those shots? Easier, faster, cleaner? Because I'm doing it the only way I know. But is it the best way? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So yeah. Another one cracked. If you wonder why they are cracked, there are several reasons for that. Main is that I was not using them correctly. To be honest, that's the main part. I was using those arrows and those knocks, so on, at the very beginning of my journey, and I was not using them as the creator intended. And that was the main reason why they were cracking so easily. But as I said at the beginning, you live and you learn. Okay. Next. If you see the wrapping tape sticking in every direction, you know that something was done incorrectly. That was one of the reasons why those arrows were not as accurate as they should be. Because honestly, those are Skylon Pretiums, by the way. If somebody was not able to read it from the graphics at the beginning of the stream, and I was showing them, they are great arrows. Great value for the buck, and I really advise everyone who simply don't have the budget for those top companies to use those arrows. Next. Another one crack. Even though they are great arrows, they didn't work as I would expect them to work. And the reason was, first of all, I was a very, very poor archer back then. I haven't like evolved much, but I am better. That's for sure. And also, as you can see, I'm preparing my equipment on my own. That means that apart things like cutting the shafts, I'm doing everything by myself. So I had to learn how to do it properly, how to do it how to call it? How to do it precisely, at least precisely enough for the right level, and so on and so on. So now I'm still not 100% happy with the results of how my arrows are prepared, but I do believe that on the level that I am regarding my skill, it's the level of my craftsmanship is sufficient, I would say. Okay, that's interesting. That one unglued itself. I'm gonna check those after the stream, and I'm gonna actually glue them in properly. I'm not gonna be bothered with that at the moment. I do feel the glue under my fingers all the time. Yeah. Okay, next. So, yeah. I do believe that this part is the least entertaining for all of you guys, but I do say that unfortunately for me as well, that's something that I don't want to do unless I really have to. That's why I prefer to actually buy the new set of shafts and do them properly from the start, rather than clean the old ones. Okay. Next. Okay. I have 3 knocks and 4 arrows. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that delay. I had to find one knock. And yeah, I already see that I found the wrong one. Yeah. By the way, talking about oh, I see new viewers, guys. As I said, one rule and one rule only. You come to the stream, you say hi in a chat, or my minions will hunt you, and they will hunt you down. They are better archers than I am. So about the archery equipment, if any of you guys is using bait or knocks, I strongly encourage you to buy yourself that. It costs like €2 or something like that. It will save you time and it will save you money. You may ask why? Because you're not gonna lose the knocks. It's called the knock depot, and I strongly encourage you to use it. I love it. Okay. Sip of tea to you guys. Okay. Next. So, first half is almost finished in terms of cleaning up, of course. The fun part will come in a moment. I was actually wondering I'm thinking about that. Should I do that cleaning before the stream? But I thought, what's the point? You want me to see doing that whole thing? You're gonna see the whole thing. The fun part and the boring part. By the way, I need to undress myself because it's getting hot here. I woke up the dog. Okay. Next. So if you would like to hear advice how to do those arrows the easiest way, at least from my experience, looks like that. Listen carefully because I'm not going to repeat that. Prepare yourself everything, like whole thing, so shafts, points, and so on, whatever you need to do with them. And prepare yourself a movie or a TV series or something like that and put it on your screen and just slowly grind through those prepared arrows, and it's going to be the easiest and the fastest way for yourself. Why the fastest? Because you're not going to feel time passing by. No, Sandra. Hi, Sandra, by the way. No, the arrows for field and 3D are prepared. Those are the skinny ones, the tiny ones. Those will be for 50 meters. And I'm preparing 2 sets of them. See, here's gonna be one. Here's gonna be the second one. The major difference, yeah, Skylons, my personal favorite in terms of you know, the skinny arrows. Yeah, I would say that's the best value for the buck, I would say. So this is going to be one set. This is going to be the second set. They are same spine, the same length. Although I will probably cut them around 2 centimeters, more or less. So about an inch. But after the tests, because the first part of the test will be should I'm keeping those points or I'm making both sets like this with tungstens. I do believe that in the end I will end up with tungstens on both sets. I will make one set out of it. But I want to make tests before that. Because of the very simple reason, tungstens are expensive. And the test will mainly contain answering the very simple question, which one is easier for me, or maybe not easier, but comfortable to aim at 50 meters. I haven't used those arrows in 2 years, and my shooting technique, shooting style, shooting everything had changed. Hello, Thomas. Yes, I'm not I don't. I'm not very happy about that. But as per discussion with the chief of the association at the indoor championships, it seems that I have to, because the way how it goes with PZWód is that if you want to go anywhere, you need to be a member of the national team. And at least for now, the national team is being picked based on the 50 meters competitions. Thanks, Tina. I have those and they only make me worry. I lose. Parallel still points flying just as well. You think so? Okay. Uh, honestly, I don't know. Now you made. Hey, come on. I'm supposed to have two options. Now, thanks to you, I have three. I don't like you. I know that there are parallels, but I don't have them. When I was buying the Presiums at first, for various reasons, those large bulges were picked. And it stayed like there. So, yeah. I don't know. So, Thomas, once again, answering your question, yeah, I will take part in the National Cup. I have 550 as well. What's bullet point? You mean those? What? Those? Okay. I didn't buy them by mistake. I bought them on purpose. But the reason was very stupid. Maybe not stupid, but bulge. I have no idea how to pronounce it probably correctly, but they're called bulge. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I say that for 90% chance is that they're not gonna end in the final set. 622, so like what, 310 each, more or less? That's a very good result. I will have to start practicing as well. My plan for National Cup is very simple. There are 4 rounds, yeah? And according to our regulations, the person that wins at least one round has gains the access to the final. Yeah. So my plan is on the 27th of May, on the first, sorry, not May, April. On the 27th of April, I'm going to the first round. I'm winning it. And that's it. I'm in the finals. I don't need to go for even one round. Because the major problem for me with this outdoor cup is the travel. I don't know if you checked the calendar, but there are gonna be 2 in Legnica and 2 in Dąbrowa Tarnowska. So each of them is like what? 400, 800 kilometers back and forth? Something like that? So yeah. First of all, the time. Second thing is the cost. So my plan is to win the first round and forget about the rest of the cup. I know. There are several issues with that idea. First idea is that I'm for sure not the best archer in that country. Not even by far. That's the first problem. Second problem is that for bear bow, there are four kinds of competitions, yeah? Indoor, field, 3D, and 50 meters. And out of those four, 50 meters tracks are by far my worst. I'm the weakest in that. So, as I said, that whole idea is not the best ever, but if you have a plan, even if it's stupid, hold to it. So yeah. And that's my plan for now. And once again, I see multiple people watching us, and I only counted 1, 2, 3, 4 in the chat. Guys, once again, there's one rule. You come here, you watch it, you say hi in the chat. Otherwise, my minions will hunt you down. Yes, or my fiance. She's saying from the other room. Okay, so first set has been cleaned. Now the second one. Let's go. Well, 1 hour at a time. By the way, Thomas, may I ask you one thing about the training? Because I've heard a lot of archers are saying that the difference between the results they get on training sessions and during the tournaments is more or less around 10%. So out of the results which you get on the during the training, you should deduct 10%, and that will be your tournament result. Is it like that for you? I'm just asking by the sheer curiosity, not like, you know, I'm trying to find something. That yes was the answer to my question? The tournament result is your training result minus 10%? Because I do find it quite big of a difference, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, I don't get the results from my trainings on the competitions. If I would get the results from my training sessions during the competitions, I would hold the world record. But 10% for me, it's a little bit excessive, to be completely honest with you guys. Thomas, by the way, one more question. Last time we saw each other at Radzimin, you said that you're not gonna be taking part in the field slash 3D tournaments. Are you holding to that word, or that was just, you said it, but you didn't mean it? And suddenly the whole chat went silent. Maybe somebody will tell a joke, please. Guys, there is a couple of you out there, so tell a joke. Doesn't have to be Archer's joke, but say something. Oh my god, that was cruel. That was simply cruel. Come on. Um, but honestly, I would say that would be an interesting addition. But in the form that you have the Burbo on the World Games. So, as not on a track, on a field. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. That would be something different. Also, by the way, Sandra, am I correct that compound bows are planned to be on Olympics as an indoor, so 18 meters indoor competition, if they will reach Olympics, or I got something wrong. Uh, Honestly, shooting indoor even during the winter is problematic. I remember at Radzymin tournament when I was shooting against actually Thomas, and I've shot like something like 10, 9, and 7, 6, something like that. And the reason why I shot that last arrow so weak because I felt that my hand was steady, but bow was not, because I was so sweaty that the bow was turning inside my head. I felt it, so I just, with the shot just to minimize the losses, because I knew that I will not be able to pull that off correctly. And even on the online transmission, you can see that I'm giving the bow to my coach, to Seymour. I'm giving him my bow and a rag, so he was cleaning it off. Yes, I'm planning to use. First of all, I'm planning to use magnesia. That's the first thing. But I need to get used to it. And honestly, I was not expecting such a issue. And secondary, as soon as I'm gonna find a little bit of time, I'm ordering much better grip. Because my current grip is very slippery. Yeah, I know. Can you feed him? Or I have to do it? If anyone would like to know, Pita is our dog. You could see him here in the back. Not anymore. He's behind me now. He's gonna eat. So yeah, magnesia. I know. I was not. I had this kind of an issue only once in the past, and it was in Lithuania. But it was only for a moment, and later on it wasn't as hot. And although at Legnica indoor championships, indoor competitions, I also had to use some kind of a rag to clean off the sweat out of the bow, because it was very hot there. Okay, that's the moment that we need to break off a little bit of the knife. Um, yeah. By the way, I was talking about the fact that I was wondering if I want to clean those arrows before the stream or do it with you guys. And one of the reasons why I didn't do it is the fact that this activity is boring as all hell. And one of the reasons why I thought about doing a live stream from the from those arrow building, if I can call it that way, is the fact that it's boring. So I prefer to do it with others. I would be more than happy to actually, I don't know, invite you to our flat for a beer or two, but we don't have that much of a space. Also, I really hope that some, oh, okay, that was interesting, that some people from Berber community, because I sent them information, actually will come here. And a lot of those people, actually most of those people, are not from around where I live. So they would not be able to come for a beer. By the way, Sandra, is Michał somewhere close to you? Somewhere near you? If he's nearby, give him my sincere congratulations for winning the yesterday's tournament. Really nice job, man. I had to take a little bit time off tournaments because I actually did the math. Since the beginning of November till the end of the indoor season, so basically 2nd of February. Sorry, 2nd of March. So in 5 months, I was at 6 indoor tournaments and 5 outdoor tournaments. That gives 11 tournaments in 5 months and around 5,000 kilometers drove mainly as a driver to those tournaments. So I need a little bit of rest. Because of that, I will be attending this 3D League, of course. Don't think that I'm gonna give up that spot on the podium easily, but I need to slow down a little bit, as it seems that the outdoor season will be rough as well. Okay, that's it. We cleaned up 2 sets of arrows. 1, 2. Now, first of all, I need to clean my desk. I need to clean my desk. Okay, done. Now, what we're gonna do We're gonna wrap them. We're gonna wrap them. Here are my wraps. Okay. Good. But the question arises. Oh, right next to me. Here are my little friends, my little helpers. Because my hands are shaky, because you know, archer should have steady hands. So my hands are actually shaky, and I'm using a little bit of support to make those wraps proper. Okay. Red or green first? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's start with green. First, let's check those if they are actually clean. Okay. Nice and clean. Now, let's take one of those lovely new ones. Let's slide them down. Align them. Click. And roll them. Perfect. One done. Come here. Always remember which side is up and which side is down. Because from my point of view, it doesn't really matter how you're gonna put your vanes on the shafts until they're all going to be the same. Click. There's something oddly satisfying in wrapping the arrows. Don't ask me why. It just is. It just is. Okay. Click. If you are wondering what that board is, it's basically a very simple tool that is helping me to stick the wrap to the shaft in a right angle, so 90 degrees angle basically. I know that most of the people around the world are just putting the wrap and they are doing like this and they're done. Unfortunately, I don't trust myself enough to do it that way. So I'm doing it using that device. I know that probably it is not necessary to do it like that, but it gives me a little bit peace of mind that I feel that I did everything that I could in order to make those wraps aligned, be aligned properly. And it's not just a decorative thing, because you will probably won't see it here, but there are lines which are positioning my veins later on. So yeah, if I'm not gonna do it correctly, the veins will be off. And as all of you probably know, if the veins are not set up correctly, the arrow will never ever fly straight. By the way, once again, I see constantly new people joining the stream. And once again, those people did not say hi in the chat. So once again, guys, say hi. There's one rule on that stream. You come here, you say hi in the chat, or my minions will find you and hunt you down. Or my dog. Yes, exactly. And it's a hunting dog. Yo, Raros. What's the question? Shoot. Why in English? Okay. Uh, First of all, is that going to be a problem if I'm going to answer you in English, or you would prefer in Polish? Okay, so there are actually several reasons. Reason number one, for past basically 10 years, I was working, and I still work, in English-speaking environment. It might sound weird, but actually it's easier for me to have a longer conversations in English rather than Polish. That's like even after work, when I was playing video games like World of Tanks and Escape from Tarkov and so on, I was always member of English-speaking communities. So, for example, in World of Tanks, I have no idea how the things are being called in Polish because I've never played a Polish version of World of Tanks. So that's the reason number one. Reason number two, the whole idea of that YouTube channel is that it's not about archery only. There are other things that are on this channel, and there will be more with time, but please give me some time. I do work, so I just cannot give my 100% to that channel yet, at least. Thing is that I would like to show my world, things that are happening to me, the things that I'm interested about. For example, you can find money laundering and financial crime podcasts on my channel, to the people around the world. And unfortunately, and unfortunately, it is like a general rule that globally English is the language that people tend to know. So I have bigger chance to find an audience when the channel and the things that I present to the people yeah, you might be right. You might be absolutely right. But as I said in point one, it's more convenient to me to do it in English rather than in Polish. Also, I'm planning to make main activity regarding the not only YouTube but in general in internet, my financial crime podcasts, and those need to be done in English if I want to find the audience. That's like the main part. The archery part supposed to be 20, maybe 30% of the whole content. By the fact that past few months were heavily focused on the indoor season, the archery took over majority of the time. But for a longer period, I'm not planning to make it like archery channel. First of all, I'm not good enough to make, and I will never be good enough to actually make a channel about the archery. Archery only. But things like that, meetings and so on. We're gonna see. Maybe when in a few weeks, in a few months, I'm gonna check the statistics, and I'm gonna see what are the groups that are coming, and does it really make sense to do it in English. Yeah, but interesting content means content of high quality. And the fact that I'm not good enough also refers to the fact that I don't train enough. I don't have time to actually make it like that. So I'm making a content out of that limited time I have for the archery, and that's it. I was thinking about that, but it's very inconvenient. That webcam is actually GoPro. I'm thinking about that. I'm actually thinking about this. Maybe even during the next league round, I will come with the GoPro. Although I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna be on my head or maybe on my chest, to get that angle. Maybe I will put it somewhere here, although I'm a little bit worried that the string can hit it. I need to do some testing on that, but you are right. And actually several people already said that it might be interesting, but I need to test it out. How to do it properly. It would be easier for me if I would be shooting compound, because I would just simply put a GoPro on the bow. Yeah, cameraman and the microphone man and the catering man and the whole crew. I'm not Bear Grylls. No. If we are when we are on the league, for example, Zuza is shooting. She's doing a lot of great photographs. Most of the material I have from the league is usually done by her. But we also have a dog. We are trying to, socialize with other people as well. I need to find like a golden spot. Editing the material would not be that big of an issue. Getting that material, on the other hand, is. I've tried to do it on the several rounds of the league. I had my GoPro with me, and it always ended up the same way. The GoPro in my pocket, and I was not taking it out, because walking around the forest or whatever area we had this time, shooting, trying to shoot, at least half decently, counting points and so on, so on. One way or another, I was doing something incorrectly always. So that's why I'm thinking about strapping the GoPro to myself at some spot, maybe my head, maybe my head, maybe my chest. I need to think about it. So I would be able to easily, turn it on, turn it off, click, click. But that also raises another issue, which is called battery. GoPro battery is enough for more or less 45 minutes of recording, more or less. Depending, of course, on the weather, the quality of the recording, and so on. That means that for one tournament, I would have to prepare myself 4 batteries, more or less. Let's say 4. Okay. Let's check it out. One battery costs around €30, 20 something. 2 I can buy for 190 zlotys. That's like €42. You see the problem? Yeah, I know what you mean, but there are 2 options. The option number 1 is to get like an hour of raw material and then out of it cut down like 15 minutes. But as we already established, that's a lot of work, turning on and off the camera and so on. So other solution is to just record all the time the whole track, which is like around 4 hours, yeah. Which would be much easier solution, but it's much more expensive because I need to have multiple batteries and also memory cards, which I actually have, so not big of a deal at the moment. But Wow, Thomas, your response time is incredible. But thank you for your answer. So we have similar results. That was like half an hour ago. But yeah. Mm. So going back to the topic of recording the 3D League. I'm thinking about it constantly. Every time I'm going to the tournament, I'm thinking about it, how to do it to make it good. And I will find a solution for that conundrum, but not at the moment. I don't have the answer, but I will do it. I know it would be a good content. I know it would be interesting. How? No idea. At least not at the moment. At least not at the moment. Yeah, I feel like it would be awesome, really awesome. And I even want to go further. I would love to make a live feed, so streaming from the tournament. Of course, at the official World Archery Tournament, I cannot do it because you are not allowed to have electronics on the track. But I think that on the tournaments like 3D League, the Central 3D League, or maybe our local tournaments, I would be able to get the approval to do it, and that would be nice. The problem with that is with that idea is that in order to be allowed to stream on YouTube at least from the mobile device, I need to have 1,000 subscribers, and that's one of the reasons why I'm actually doing that channel in English, because I want to have the biggest chance of gathering that audience. Simple as that. I do feel that I and barebow archery in Poland is not popular enough to actually, create enough potential. Yeah, honestly, I had my GoPro. No. See, that's the box. I have everything here in order to make stream. Some of the things which should be here are now charging in various spots of the apartment. Some of them are actually in use at the moment, but that's the whole box. I have it. and I can make mobile stream anytime. The GoPro app, which I have on my mobile, allows me to send the stream directly to YouTube. Not a problem. I can set up the stream like 3 minutes. The only reason why I didn't do it at last indoor championships was very simple. I was simply tired. And also, my mother came. Because the championships were Krakow, and that's my hometown. Actually, my mother came with my fiance, and those finals I spent with them up there. Cheering and so on. But yeah, I was actually thinking about that. And that would be an interesting thing. I'm aware of the fact that I need to go forward with the content. I need to do more and more interesting things. Because me as a talking head, it's not the kind of a content that people will be interested, like in general. But one step at a time. Yeah, I set up the channel. I'm trying to keep the schedule. I really would like to finally record, because I have materials prepared for several episodes of my financial crime and AML podcast, and I need to record it finally. Because everything is ready, and put it out there. Because as I said, I would like to be that my main content. At least in bigger perspective, in longer time frame. So I have, as you can see, proper equipment. Well, maybe not proper, but not bad setup for streaming and everything. I'm learning the editors software, so one step at a time. But you can bet your money on that. I will do things like the live streams from the tournaments and so on and so on. For sure. I will do that. Sooner or later, one way or another, but that will happen. But I need to find a way how to do it. First of all, without spending money, or at least large amounts of money, because those don't grow on trees. Secondary, how to do it without crapping on my sport level. Because when I do go to the tournament, my first goal is to achieve as good result as possible. And that's most important thing for me. And And as we already established, making videos and so on are a little bit time and attention consuming. By the way, guys, I know I will sound like a broken record, but I see that there are new viewers popping in to the stream all the time. And once again, there's one rule and one rule only, and that's you come in, you say hi in the chat. So, guys, speak out. Spit it. Say hello. Hello, hi, good morning. Dzień dobry, witam, здравствуй, guten Abend, guten Morgen. Привет. Terve. Kitek, jak będzie po koreańsku dzień dobry? I wanted to know how it's gonna be in Korean, but she gave me the answer, but unfortunately I have no idea how to pronounce it. Kisen Anyon? Anyon. Okay, because you know, archery, so according to the global flavor, I should have that stream in Korean because, you know, reasons. By the way, I'm wondering at which point Koreans will start fighting for barebow, because with compound they already started the journey. So the guys from across the pond, yes, I look at you Americans, you should feel already threatened. But I'm wondering where they will start conquering the barebow world. Because for now, the benchmark is what? Italy, Sweden, maybe United States, like in general. Jeez. I'm of course not mentioning those, you know, individuals from other countries like Hicks or what is his name? Müller? But those three countries are now, you know, the conquerors. But I'm wondering where the Koreans will start to see the reason to go there. Airpods. Oh, yeah. I actually gave the answer, but for some reason Facebook took down that post. I have no idea why. It just I got the message that it's against the policy. Don't know why. That was in a box. Those wraps from UK. Because usually, and in my field setup, I use those socks, yeah. But I wanted to try something new because, yeah, why not? So I ordered those ones from Arrow socks. They are pretty. There is a lot of different graphics which you can use. I have my name and surname on them, my flag, everything. I really like those, to be honest. If you will give me a second. That's the website. And even though they are coming outside from EU, because they're coming from UK, there was no problems with delivery or anything. And the contact with the company was smooth, absolutely amazing. I got them exactly the way I wanted them. Exactly. Sorry guys, I was looking for my mobile, but it disappeared for some reason. Honestly, on one hand, I do regret it. On the other hand, I'm happy I wasn't. We went for a nice long walk at Campinos forest. The weather was lovely. I really needed that rest. Yeah, I've heard that the setup of the targets was challenging. But tell me one thing. The targets were actually according to the regulations or just, random, like 40 meters target face at 50 meters? Sorry, 40 centimeters target face at 50 meters. Okay. No, I'm not talking about the number of targets per distance. I don't care about those. I just care about if the distances were matching the sizes of the targets. Good to know. Okay, good to know. And how many targets there were? Because I haven't seen the results yet, but I will look into them after the stream. So okay, so normal 24 targets. Okay, 3 arrows, normal normal scoring system, no deviations, yes? Okay, so okay, good. I was just questioning. I was just asking, just to know if, because let's be honest, in Poland there are like 10,000 different ideas how to make the tournament, and World Archery or IFA regulations are not always being held to the letter. So that's why I was asking. Okay, at least it was not boring. Guys, give me like 1 minute. I need to make some tea because I'm out and I'm thirsty. So give me a second. I'm back. Okay, guys. Sorry. I had to attend some private things. Okay, so as you see, we have two sets. Now they are then been cleaned. We've cleaned them. We've wrapped them. Now all we need to do is to put veins on them, which is actually, at least for me, the fastest part. So what we need to do, I don't know how you are doing that, but I am doing the way this in a very standard way. First of all, let's take it out. Actually, wait, before. Sorry, that. those are the veins which will go to that setup. I use them for field and 3D, but I'm not going to use them. I'm actually going to use for field and 3D different, but those, for me, for those thin diameter arrows, are perfect. Fun fact is that if you're going to look closely, see, they are hard. What does it mean? They are a little bit thicker than the regular ones. They also weigh, I think, half of grain more. And by design, technically they're designed for compound. But I asked Gazpro, is it gonna be a lot of a problem for some reason if I'm gonna use them on barebow? They said no. The other way around, it might be an issue. So if you're gonna use the soft ones on the compound, they might not work correctly. But the hard ones on the barebow, no, it's not gonna work. Now, question: why I'm using the hard ones on the barebow? Any ideas? I gave you 5 seconds. Any ideas why I'm using the hard ones on barebow? Really? I haven't changed anything. Oh, I know why. Okay. Now it's gonna be better. Now it should be fine. Am I right? Yeah. I accidentally turned on the microphone which is under my desk. Because that's a microphone which I'm using to recording the podcasts, and it's a little bit different. The microphone which I'm using now is here. You don't even see it. Okay. So the sound which you heard in the background was actually the cooler of the computer. So once again, any ideas why I'm using hard veins on barebow? Like this one. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is very simple. Those fit my color scheme, and they are made only in a hard version. That's the answer. Because of the color. There is no other reason. Yeah, I know I'm weird. Okay, that's trash as well. Now, we are going to start with cutting. What? We're going to start with cutting the Of course. You see? You understand me. We're going to start with cutting the wrapping tapes. So we will be prepared. Of course, we're going to use more than this because we have 2 sets to wrap. But for starters, it's going to be all right. I always say about the colors that if you're not making great results, at least look good. Now, those are 2 inches. So they're around 5.5 centimeters long. Yep. Those glue tapes are 12 centimeters long. So it's too long. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna measure 5.5 from each side. Why I'm doing like that? So I have the length exactly how much I want. Five point five. You're talking about those wraps? Because you are using the plastic veins, yeah? So when you are basically you need to put a glue on it, the real glue. So when you're tearing off the vein, you're basically tearing off the wrap as well. So I do understand your frustration here. Although, honestly, for me, wraps are lesser of a problem than drawing the lines on the spines. I actually prefer... What the hell? I actually prefer wraps because of 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is they look nice. Reason number 2 is that I have the lines for the veins already printed on them. I really hate drawing my own lines on the spines. I really hate it. It's very inconvenient for me, and I always have the weird feeling that I did it incorrectly. Something's wrong, that the lines are not evenly distributed around the spine, or they are positioned too close to nock, too far from the nock. No. I have the tool for that. I'm using that the bar from the fletching tool, but still, I didn't like it. It was... I don't know. I always had a feeling that something is wrong. And honestly, my technique is poor enough so that I don't need additional issues like me being worried about lines on the spine, really. And as I said, also, most important thing, they look nice, especially that I don't use plastic veins, but I use the spin veins. So even if I will destroy the vein, it's not big of an issue to replace it. Okay, that is done. So we have the gluing tapes prepared exactly to the size of the veins themselves. We have wraps. So we can go. We can do it. Let's go. As I said, I'm always doing things like in turns. So I first cleaned up all the arrows. I set up all the knobs. Then I wrap them up all. Now I'm gonna be putting the wrapping tapes on all of them. And then I'm gonna put the veins in one go. Why? Because that's how I like to do it, and that's also the fastest way for me to do it. Each one of you might have a different idea, but for me, this is the best way. For me, personally. Now, I've heard a discussion once about should the veins be sticked on the right or left side of the line drawn on the spine. The discussion was fierce and long and pointless. Why? Because it doesn't matter. Until you're gonna do it the same way on every arrow, it's gonna work the same way. So find a solution for you, find the one way, and just simply stick to it. Not deviate from that. And that's it. Because it's like the archery. Archery is about being able to repeat one or another thing, process, result, over and over. So it's about consistency. Problem is not to hit that bullseye. Problem is not to hit that spider, that inner circle, however you want to call it. Problem is to do it 10,000 times in a row. And in order to do that, you need to have your setup be consistent. Somebody will tell you that your setup, your idea is not good enough for something XYZ. You can answer that he might be right, but for you, it's perfect. And that's the most important thing. If for some reason you will be able to shoot 720 points out of 720 points possible, while aiming at, I don't know, blue ring at 2 o'clock, that's your problem. Yeah, exactly, Sandra. That's the problem, to do it in a row, to do that constantly. And your setup and your process and your technique needs to allow you that. So if somebody is giving you advices about how your bow, how your arrows should be done, tell them to sit and wait. Okay? Because that's their opinion about the setup, which will be perfect for them, not necessarily for you. Of course, don't ever throw away a possibility to hear other people opinions or ideas. Why? Because it's always good to hear what other people have to say. They might be wrong. They might not fully understand your position, your point of view. But you might hear something useful from them. So it's not like, oh, I'm the wisest man on earth, I'm the smartest, I know no. Listen to the other people's stories. Maybe their experience, maybe their knowledge, maybe their ideas will give you something new, new approach, new point of view, new something. Okay? So always listen to others. Now I sound like some kind of a Far East philosopher. And remember to listen to the story of the wind, as it's the biggest wanderer around the world. So yeah, something like that. Something like that. By the way, Michał, Sandra, are you planning to take part in the National Cup or not really? Yeah, Puchar Polski. Michał, and how about you? Yeah, this year is going to be crazy. Yeah, that's true. Michał, how about you? Because I remember you're saying that, oh, I'm going to only field and 3D. This is my turf, and so on, so on. Oh, by the way, you're taking the part in this IAHHH National Cup, or however it's called, the 3D. You're gonna take part in that as well? And you're going to Austria as well, as far as I remember. Am I right? And what about Slovenia and Canada, if you were qualifying? World Championship in 3D. In Canada, there's field championships. In Slovenia, there will be 3D championships. For a second, I thought that you will say that, of course, if we will qualify, we will go there 100%. Yeah, yeah. Also, the problem, there's another problem because according to the information that we have at the moment, Um, mm, the qualification for Canada, uh, will be, I think, 11th of August, something like that, because that's when the championships are, the field championships. So it is about a month, little bit over a month before the championships, the world championships. And the problem which I see here is the fact that in order to go to Canada, you need to have a visa. And getting visa in 1 month, I know it's possible, especially that technically we would be, members of the national representation team. So maybe some, push from the ministry would be possible, but still, I would say that that would be a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Um, I I used to say that I really want to qualify to Canada, and if I will qualify, I will go there, most probably. But recently I came to conclusion that unfortunately it's not gonna happen unless unless somebody would sponsor that whole madness, because buying plane tickets at last moment and all basically organizing everything at the last possible moment uh, would generate an additional costs, basically. Um, so unless I will find somebody who would pay for that whole trip, I don't think I will go. Even if of course, I will try to qualify. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna, bend over backwards in order to qualify for both Canada and Slovenia. But I doubt I will go for any of them because of the schedule. I'm very sad about that, to be honest, because I would love to go there. But I simply don't believe it's gonna be possible. Czemu on zwinął dywan? W rolkę.
No, potrafię.
Okay, dog is doing some weird things in the background. So yeah. But still, I stand by my statement that my ultimate goal is actually not the European or World Championship. I want to qualify for the World Games in 2025 to go to China. And that's my ultimate goal, at least for now. After that, I'm gonna be wondering what to do next. Maybe I will change the division. Sandra, would you support me in switching to compound? You should see my fiance's face at the moment. She glanced at me with such a fury in her eyes that I feel dead already. The problem is not its hardest, but the most expensive. Something that scares me off compound since the very beginning. I remember 2 years ago when I was starting with the archery, and I came to bow hunting shop, which we all knew and love. May it rest in peace. And I had chat with Camille, and because I honestly didn't know what type of the bow I want to shoot. I knew I want to start shoot bow, but I didn't know what kind of a bow. And we've been discussing that. And after the discussion, I knew that's gonna be either a hunter or a compound. Bow was not in a picture at all. I was thinking, and I started with the hunter bow, although not the kind of a traditional one, more modern, because it was an ELF riser with attached limbs. But the reason why I didn't pick compound were the costs. That's something that scares me a lot. Basically, for compound division, nothing is cheap, including quivers. I think that statement fits every division, Sandra, not only compound. I know a lot of people who are shooting traditional archery, Mongol and Turkish bows, wooden arrows, and so on. And they still spend significant amounts of money every month on the archery. So it is an addiction regardless of the division. But honestly, I did checked like a week ago. Basically, every single like top shelf compound bow costs between 1.6 to 1.8 thousand euro. Color matching is the most important part. Come on, we all know that. But like in general, bow itself, 1.6 to 1.8 thousand euro. And that's before, sights, strings, triggers, stabs, arrows. Everything. Jesus, even the cases for compounds are expensive because they are so large. So, yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the top point, but it's the same issue as with the colors. They are just simply not pretty. If somebody would give me, like, let's say 2,500,000 euro, yeah, and say, okay, you can start with compound today, just buy whatever you want, I would probably pick either my bow, simply because they are pretty and I'm faithful to the brand. As you know, but sorry, this side. So my bow would be my first choice. Second choice would be most probably Elite, the verdict. Third, probably Bowtech, the new one, just because they are pretty. That's it. Yeah, Elite has lovely colors. Yeah, to be honest, they are lovely. Yes, I have no idea what is the reason, but you're right about the Bowtech. Also, the Prime has very nice lineup, but it's so hard to get them in Europe. I don't know why. Okay, guys, I have good news and bad news for you. Good news is that soon you're gonna see a final, final result, final product. Bad news is that we're not gonna finish everything today. I'm just gonna put the stripes on those last 2 arrows from this set, and we're gonna finish, and then I'm gonna go to I'm gonna move to putting on veins on that set, and gonna do like 1 or 2, and we're gonna finish for today. Why? The reason is very, very simple, my dear friends, because my lovely, lovely dog needs to be taken for a walk. And that means that I need to finish. Probably I should have started earlier. Or maybe I thought it's gonna take me less time. I don't know. Or maybe I'm simply stupid. But yeah. But I want to show you guys how the arrows gonna look finished. So yeah. Okay, I'm back. In general, guys, how do you like that form of interaction? When you can come, chat, look how I'm struggling with service of my equipment. And I'm misclicking all the time. So you have the wrong scene all the time. Просто почему? Once again, I still see a lot of people on the stream, and no one is talking in the chat. Guys, please say hi at least. Okay, so as you can see, that first set is finished. So let's put some veins on it, so you would be able to see the final result, at least a little bit of it. And rest of the arrows I'm gonna do off stream, unfortunately. Or maybe I will actually do another streams during the weekend. What do you think, guys? Because I don't need those arrows till basically till the end of the month. So what do you think? Make another stream? Finish that work on stream? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it like that. That I'm gonna be doing it in parts, because I like to actually do it with you guys. But so you lasted for almost 3 hours. I will show you at least one finished arrow. At least one. Okay, so that is the final result. What do you think? Yay, nay, cringe? I like it. I like it a lot. So that's it for today, guys. Keep an eye on the notifications from me, because as I said, I will be continuing the work on those arrows online while streaming. I think that's the right solution. That's the way to go. But as I said, not today, because I simply don't have time for it at the moment. I don't know. Maybe because I was talking with you guys, or I don't know why it took me so much time. Now when I'm wondering about that, sorry, not wondering, when I'm thinking about that, I do believe I usually do it like in parts. So at one afternoon I'm cleaning the arrows, the other afternoon I'm putting the sticking tapes and so on. I'm not sure if I ever did like, no, sorry, for sure I did finish the whole work in one go, but I don't think I did it recently, so I didn't have like feeling how much time it actually takes. But as I said, that's it for today. Thank you for coming to my stream. Any ideas, comments are more than welcome. Let me know via messenger or however you want to. What do you think about me, about my stream, and so on? And that's it for today, guys. And I think I wish you a lovely afternoon, and I catch you on the flip side. Bye.